Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a topic that touches literally every single one of us. We're talking about the digital family shield. You know the routine, right? You lock the physical front door at night, maybe flip on the porch light, set the alarm. It gives us a sense of peace. But in our modern era, protecting your family goes way, way beyond those physical barriers. We're living in this incredibly complex, interconnected digital ecosystem. And as we're going to see, the threats, well, they've dramatically evolved.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Imagine this. Your front door is locked tight, but is your smart fridge wide open? I know, it sounds a bit ridiculous at first, but I want you to seriously rethink those invisible digital gateways lurking right there in your living room, your kitchen, your home office. We bring all these incredibly convenient devices into our homes, smart speakers, robotic vacuums, connected appliances, and we completely forget that they are essentially mini computers. And the scary part? They often lack even the most basic security measures.
Let me hit you with a number. 9.1 billion. That is 9.1 billion Internet of Things, or IoT, security events recorded globally in a recent 2024 security report. 9.1 billion. To put that massive scale into perspective, the data shows that the average home network is getting hit with 10 targeted attacks every single day. The battlefield is completely shifted. It moved from corporate servers right into our living rooms, and our everyday appliances are just constantly being probed for weaknesses.
So where exactly are these weak spots? Well, according to the latest research, home routers are absolutely the #1 risk. Over 50% of severe vulnerabilities come down to things like exposed management ports or just outdated firmware. Then you've got smart cameras and network video recorders. Because of weak default passwords and protocol flaws, your private home life could literally be exposed to the internet. And even more terrifying, medical IoT. Unencrypted systems could actually allow hackers to alter medication dosages or steal highly sensitive health data. These everyday items have basically become digital Trojan horses.
Now you're probably wondering what actually happens when they get in. They don't just mess with your thermostat. Over 135,000 dark web forum discussions are currently obsessing over exploiting something called combo lists. Here's how it works. Compromised smart devices serve as entry points. Hackers harvest your data, mix it with stolen usernames and passwords from other data breaches, and then trade these combo lists on the dark web. They use them to launch these massive automated account takeover attacks across all your platforms. It's like giving them a master key to your digital life.
And what's truly terrifying is how these stolen details are actually being used today. It's not always just a quick smash and grab of your bank account anymore. We are seeing a massive surge in synthetic identity fraud. This is a highly sophisticated crime where hackers take your real data, like an ID number, and stitch it together with fake information to create a digital ghost. This ghost can completely bypass bank and government security. The 2025 threat landscape is increasingly about what experts call reverse identity theft. This is long-term identity hijacking. Criminals use your identity to get jobs, medical care, or dodge legal trouble, completely hollowing out your digital credibility over years.
But let's shift our focus to the human element of this crisis for a second, because these digital vulnerabilities disproportionately impact the most trusting members of our families. The FBI Elder Fraud Report highlights a truly devastating reality. Older adults lost more than $3.4 billion to fraud in 2023. $3.4 billion. And remember, that is just what gets reported. So many victims stay silent out of shame, embarrassment, or simply the fear of losing their financial independence. We absolutely have to protect them.
Let's break down exactly what they're up against. The top scams targeting seniors right now are just ruthless. Criminals are using AI voice cloning for grandparent scams, where they literally mimic a loved one in distress to demand urgent wire transfers. Then there's tech support impersonation, fake pop-ups that convince people to hand over remote access to their computers. We're also seeing rampant online shopping fraud with fake tracking links, and these incredibly aggressive government intimidation tactics where scammers pose as the IRS demanding immediate payment. They use high-pressure tactics and social engineering to bypass any traditional skepticism. It's manipulation at its worst.
So how do we actually fight back against something as advanced as AI voice cloning or deepfakes? Well, the Hong Kong police have actually provided some fantastic practical advice for spotting deepfakes on video calls. You want to look for out-of-sync lip movements, unnatural lighting, or distorted backgrounds. Even better, ask the caller to physically turn their head or pass a hand over their face. Deepfake software often glitches when it tries to render profile views. But the golden rule here? Dual-channel verification. If someone asks for money urgently on a video call, hang up immediately and call them back on a known, trusted phone number.
The Digital Fortress, building a resilient home defense network.
We've covered the terrifying threats, but now let's get into the empowering solutions. Here is the exact step-by-step procedure for locking down that primary gateway we talked about earlier, your home router. Step 1. Change those default admin credentials immediately. Seriously, hackers literally have lists of factory default passwords. Step 2. Update to the latest firmware. Think of firmware updates as repairing the cracks in your fortress walls. Step 3. Set up a VLAN or a guest network specifically for your IoT devices. This is called network segmentation. It essentially means if a hacker compromises your smart TV, they are trapped on that guest network and cannot cross over to reach the laptop where you do your online banking.
Next up, we absolutely have to talk about passwords. The old way, reusing that same memorized password with a slightly different number at the end across multiple websites is a complete recipe for disaster. It feeds right into those dark web combo lists. The new way is using a zero-knowledge password manager. These tools generate and store unique, mathematically unbreakable codes for every single site you use. And because it's zero knowledge, not even the password manager company can see your passwords. It instantly neutralizes the threat of a single breach cascading across your entire digital life. It's a total game changer.
But here's the thing. Passwords alone just aren't enough anymore. We need to upgrade our multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Step 1. Ditch the SMS-based text message codes. I know they're easy, but they are incredibly vulnerable to interception and SIM swapping attacks. Step 2. Install a dedicated authenticator app like Google or Microsoft Authenticator. Step 3. Enable TOTP, which stands for Time-Based One-Time Password, or use biometrics, like your fingerprint. Authenticator apps generate codes locally, right there on your device, making them far superior and so much harder for hackers to bypass.
So the really crucial point here is how we bring all this together to protect our loved ones, especially our aging parents. Here is your family protection checklist. First, conduct a full inventory of all connected devices. You can't protect what you don't know exists, right? Second, enable automatic software updates across the board so those critical patches just happen silently in the background. Third, establish a secret family safe word. If someone calls claiming there's an emergency, they need to know that safe word, no exceptions. Finally, set up trusted contact alerts with their banks. That way, when an unusual transfer is initiated, you get a phone call before the money ever leaves the account.
We have covered a lot of ground today, from compromised smart fridges to dark web combo lists, and the exact steps you need to secure your digital household. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Tonight, your home is resting. Is your network doing the same? Don't wait for a breach to happen to take this seriously. Take control, apply these steps, and fortify your digital family shield today. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.